What's up guys, my name is Ace and welcome to the 4th episode of my answers to the questions that you guys asked in the previous episode. So you guys may or may not have noticed that I haven't really been posting any regular type of commentaries lately. It's only been my game mode superiority series. And this is just because I've been really sick for the past week and I basically had no voice and I'm still getting over it right now, so I apologize if my voice is a little bit off. But I really wanted to do something different than just game mode superiority all the time. Alright, so before we get into the questions, I just wanted to point out that a lot of you guys have been asking questions that have already been answered in previous episodes. So if I don't answer your question in this episode, then it's already been answered before and you'll just have to go back and find it in one of the previous episodes. Alright, so let's get into the first question from Garrett Butler. What next-gen games that have been announced are you excited about? Honestly, I haven't really been keeping track too much of the games that are announced for the next-gen consoles. I know Killzone's going to be coming out, and that'll probably be pretty fun for a bit. I like playing their campaigns, but their multiplayer doesn't really work for me too much. I don't really like it that much. So I'm not really that excited, but somewhat excited. I'm definitely excited to hear about some more games at like E3 and certain events like that. But so far, there's nothing that I'm really too excited about, except for the consoles themselves. Moving on to the next question from Jim Johnson. Do you ever use the ballistic knife or crossbow? And very rarely, actually. I've only used the crossbow a few times in regular games. Like, of course, I use it when I play Sticks and Stones. But in regular pub games, no, I don't really use it too often. I did go knife only a little bit for a while, and I think that was just to complete some challenges and stuff like that. And I actually used to be really good at knife only, and maybe I'll jump on and try and get a gameplay of that. And I can use that for something, whatever I'm going to use it for, I don't know yet. But I really enjoy playing knife only every once in a while, but I really haven't done it too much in Black Ops 2. Okay, next question is, do you get hate mail on Xbox Live or YouTube? And I actually don't get any hate mail yet about my YouTube channel or anything to do with YouTube. I do get a lot of hate mail just the way I play, because I kind of am a tryhard most of the time, and people really don't like being destroyed a lot, so I do get a lot of hate mail on Xbox for that, and especially, I don't know if you guys saw my modded controller video. I don't actually use a modded controller, but when I use semi-auto guns, I get a lot of hate mail saying that I am using a modded controller, and I kind of find that kind of funny actually, but yeah, that's pretty much the extent of the hate mail that I get. Nothing to do with YouTube yet. Moving on to the next question, do you play some sport? If not, what is your favorite sport? Right now, I just play paintball every once in a while, not really competitively anymore, just for fun, and every once in a while I'll play some hockey, just like outdoor, just playing with some friends, but once again, not competitively. So, no competitive sports right now, but I do enjoy like getting out and being active. And I think paintball is my favorite sport for right now. So up next, we have the question, do you play any zombies? And I don't really play zombies too often. I don't know what it is. I just don't really enjoy it too much. It kind of feels like you're working towards something for a few hours and then you die and then it's all gone. And I don't know, I like games where there's some sort of progression. Although I guess multiplayer is also pretty repetitive right now. But I don't know, I'm not really a fan of zombies too much. I'll jump on every once in a while with friends or something. But I don't really enjoy it too much. Alright, so the next question, I was just wondering if you've ever quickscoped or if you're good with snipers, and has COD ever gotten boring for you, so much that you decided to quit for a while? Okay, so the first question, if I ever quickscope or not, I do quickscope every once in a while, but I'm not like a hardcore quickscoper, it's just kind of for fun. If I kind of get bored with just playing regularly, or maybe if I'm in a party and we all decide to go just sniper only and quickscope. And I'm not really that great at it. I don't really do it often, so I don't really have much practice with it. So I don't think you'll be seeing any sniper gameplay from me anytime real soon. But yeah, every once in a while I'll quickscope. And as for the COD getting boring thing, yes, it does actually get boring, especially right around this time of the year where pretty much you've done everything, you've seen everything, you've used all the guns lots. So I have actually quit for a couple weeks at a time before, even in Black Ops 2. I think for the past couple of weeks, I've only played maybe 5 or 6 hours, which is definitely not a lot for me. And I think I want to get back into it again, but it just seems really repetitive. I'm at the point now where I know all the routes. I basically can win every game with relative ease. even if I'm playing solo. And it just kind of gets boring and a little bit repetitive, but I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit, try playing with different playing styles and stuff like that, so yeah, hopefully it won't be boring for much longer for me. Moving on to the next question from Demigod115, what do you think of the rumor that PS4 games will be $100? Honestly, I think they're just using that as a placeholder still. I don't think games will actually end up being $100. That seems a little bit too overpriced, especially when they're going to be moving away from physical discs in a lot of cases. There's no... If they do that and it's just DLC, they aren't really putting out any extra money. They're actually saving money by not printing discs. All they have to do is manage the servers and stuff. And $100, I can't see justifying that for a lot of different games. Right now, I only buy maybe 3 or 4 games a year. If they turn out to be $100 a game, I probably will only buy like Call of Duty and maybe one other game every year. And I think it would be a very bad move on the developer's part. Instead, I think they should keep the games around the same price, and then they're probably going to be implementing DLC like they've been doing, and doing a lot more DLC than before. But I'm not too sure, that's just speculation and just my opinion on what I think they should be doing. But right now, $100, that's pretty ridiculous for a game, I think. Alright, so the next question, pretty funny one actually. Are you an ass or tits guy? I've got nothing against tits, but I gotta say ass. Alright, so the next question, I'll basically just summarize it. Why do you never use the engineer perk? Most of the time I use flak jacket over engineer because flak jacket is a lot more versatile for my playstyle. I like to be rushing, I like to be on the objective. And engineer is great if you're rushing like a camper in a building with a Betty or something like that. But flak jacket also will save you in that situation. And it'll also save you from grenades and C4 and all the other situations that you might run into. So I think flak jacket is just a little bit more versatile. I definitely use engineer in search and destroy a lot because it can really give away the enemy's position. And then it also gives you that freedom so you don't have to run flak jacket or tactical mask usually. But in most objective game modes, I prefer just using flak jacket, and then I don't have to worry about any explosives at all. Alright, so the next question, do sights give more range to the gun, like millimeter scanner or red dot sights? Not that I know of. I haven't tested any of this before, but I would be very surprised if it did change any of the damage or the range on it. I'm pretty sure all they do is they affect the accuracy. Moving on to the next question, what's your name on PS3 and what will you name yourself on the new PS or Xbox? On PS3, my name is pretty much the same as my gamer tag, except there's no space between it, so it's exclusive Ace, no space between, and the X and the A are capitalized. And for the new consoles, I'm pretty sure they'll probably just transfer over your old gamer tags and your old PSNs. I'm not 100% sure, of course, but I'm pretty sure that's how they'll handle it, and it'll be the same system, just upgraded for the new consoles. But if they do happen to change it, I'll try and get something similar to what I have right now, because I really like keeping my gamer tags all sort of the same, or very similar at least. And the next question, can you create a Facebook profile? I'm not actually going to be doing that right now. It's just one more thing to manage, and I've already got enough on my plate right now. And I'm still trying to figure out Twitter, and it's just too much, and I don't think there's really a whole lot for me to post anyways. I'd probably just end up posting my videos or something like that. I just don't have time to be managing another account. Alright, so next questions are from the same guy, and they're both pretty long, so I'll try and summarize them for you a little bit. How serious do you find the lag compensation problems to be in this game? Then he goes on to say that sometimes he'll fire 2 or 3 shots, and in the kill cam it'll show him not shooting at all. Don't worry, it's not just you. I get this all the time. I've actually counted at one point. I wanted to go back and I looked back at my recording. I fired 12 shots once, and in the kill cam I didn't shoot once. And it's extremely frustrating because there's nothing you can do about it at the time. You just have to try and suck it up and keep playing, or just quit and step away from the game for a while. So this brings me to his second question, how do you deal with it when you find a laggy game? And then he goes on to explain how he has separate classes that he uses for when he starts to lag. And that's actually a really good idea. Set up a class that's just designed for lag. Something typically with a high fire rate is a really good idea. So then you're at least putting out lots of bullets, and you have a better chance of getting hits on target. Other than that, I typically just walk away. I don't want to stress myself out. So if I'm lagging really bad, I'll just put the game down and I won't stress myself out anymore. There's no point in trying to overcome it when it's just not going to happen. For me personally, my lag is usually on my end because I kind of live in the middle of nowhere and I have really bad internet. So if I start getting really bad lag spikes, there's nothing I can do about it at all. So I just turn off the game and try another time. Moving on to the next question, do you make scripts for YouTube videos? Sometimes I make scripts, sometimes I don't. You'll probably notice in my How to Dominate series, that's all scripted for the most part. And that's basically because I write almost an entire essay on how I play a certain game mode, and then I kind of just read through it. I improvise a little bit. It's not like I just sit in front of a piece of paper and read word for word. But I do like to keep my points really concise, so a script definitely helps with that. Alright, next question. Do you prefer potato chips or corn chips more? I like all chips, basically. I'm just going to have to go with potato chips just because that's what I usually get, I guess. And from the same guy, this will be the last question of the video. What is your favorite Black Ops 2 perk and attachment? My favorite Black Ops 2 perk is probably going to be Flak Jacket. I can't even count how many times that perk has saved my life, because I am on the objective a lot and I get naded all the time and I never have to worry about it. And same with Claymores and Bettys, I can just run right through them. So I'm definitely going to go with Flak Jacket for that. And attachment. This is going to be a little bit more difficult for me to figure out. I think probably Silencer. I like being off the radar, and Silencer definitely allows me to do that. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Silencer. I think that's probably the most used attachment for me. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Once again, if you didn't have your question answered in this episode, and you left a comment in the last episode asking a question, then just have a look back in the previous episodes, because I'm sure I've already answered your question in a previous episode. And once again, if you guys want to ask another question or a few questions, then feel free to leave it in the comments of this video. I'm going to keep this series going until you guys stop asking questions, basically. So yeah, if you have any more questions, make sure you leave a comment. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys next time.